Hi guys, welcome. I really I actually written a complete script for this video, and you know what? I don't like it a bit. And it's so obnoxiously ironic how the script, this video, is about preparing and learning. Because a lot of the times when we are going to do something new, I'm going to get to just take an example out of my life. So on the internet, there are a lot of people who say, hey, you want to make $15,000 a month? You got to start this, you got to do that, you got to do this. And it's quite easy. You can do this within 6 months, right? Like everyone, I thought, or like a lot of people, I thought, okay, you know what? Let's give this a try. Let's do it. So, as most of these guys, they're talking about an agency model, and you have to buy their course. And I just wanted to learn everything. I wanted to learn how do I do this business thing? How do I find people who need what I offer? How do I find people to fulfill the offer? How do I sell? So what you can do is go watch hundreds of hours of videos. You can start reading books. You can buy a course. And magically, for some reason, you can get started because you've paralyzed yourself with the vast amount of information you've consumed. You're like a bull in the china shop. You know that you are going to knock it over. But because you know that you are going to knock it over, you don't want to. So you can't get started. I worked at a door-to-door sales company, and whenever new people came to work there, I had to teach them, okay, how do you do this, right? How do I get people at the door to buy? And so they could learn all they want. They got a script. Everybody has got their own little tricks, like, hey, say this or say that, or do this or do that. And that does the trick. So these people, they can learn a script and they know it like the back of their hand. And they stand there at the door opens and poof, everything is gone. They're just frozen. Because they're just paralyzed by all the factors they need to take into account. It's like learning everything there's to learn about golf. The physics, the best swing, the best driver, the best ball. You learn everything. But your first swing is probably going to be as bad, if not worse, than every other beginner, because you are just taking into account all the factors about things that need to be right. The lesson I'm trying to convey here, the thing I bumped into in my life and why I want to share this with the outside world, is that you're never going to be ready. You're never going to be ready. Of course, there's a balance between knowing at least a little bit of what you want to do and then actually doing it. But if you're waiting for that video, that book, that skill, you can't wait forever. You have to do it now. There's never going to be another moment than now. You will fall regardless, because if you didn't learn anything, you're going to fall. You were already going to fall. You can fall the sophisticated way by learning everything, or you can just fall. The thing is that the falling is the point where you learn, where you grow. That's beautiful. And just accept that. Accept it now. It's going to cut out a lot of suffering and doubting. As with the door-to-door sales company, the only way the people learn is by being thrown into the deep, by just going at the door and just being like, "There, hey, good afternoon, sir. This and this and that," and then boom, they smash the door in their face because they know exactly what's going to happen. But it doesn't matter, because you have to go through that. There's no other way. There's no magic spell. This is not only applicable for the separate journeys, as I call them, as in every skill, every business venture, everything. This is also applicable to life. I mean, life is an art of itself. The art of life. So, like me, probably almost everyone is looking for, okay, what works for me. I know for a fact everybody has a gift. And we're all trying to figure it out, right? I think this, what I'm doing right now, has something to do with mine. That can also paralyze you, knowing this. Because maybe you have a lot of interest and you have no clue on what to pursue and what to put your time into. The thing is that you can start on whatever you want, but you have to start. In that way, you can bump into the wall and think, hey, oh, snap, this is not what I was supposed to do. Well, then you actually know and you move on to something else. It's all part of the journey. You're going to fall regardless. So go ahead, just fall, right? In fact, everything happens spontaneously. The ego just takes credit for it when something good happens. This is really comforting, because that means that everything has to be the way it is. It just has to. So this is not an invitation to go sit on your couch and eat crisps and watch movies. Well, even if you did that, you would eventually get to the point where you learn that that's not actually the way. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. So I hope that you derive some wisdom from this video. And I hope that whatever you wanted to get started, just do it. Just choose something and life will point you in your direction. Take care without worrying. Stop. Wait. There's one incredible analogy that I forgot to mention here. Learning the endless preparing that we do in hopes of success in whatever way, translate it for yourself, is like having the intention to hold sand. So you go ahead and scoop your hand full of sand. And what do? You're going to squeeze it real firmly because you want to hold it very tight. Now what happens naturally? Every last grain of it will escape right through your fingers. You can't hold it. So what's the lesson here? Go easy with it. Just get the sand, just hold it like this and you already have it. Remember, you're going to fall. Let it happen and grow that way. Growing is the ultimate goal, right? So just be easy with it and go ahead. Dive in. Have a good one.